Hey, we're going to go to the mailbag. We're going to the mailbag, and our first question.
Frank, you got some mailbag music for us?
Coming. What is the mailbag?
It's the same music as the bumper music.
Well, whatever. It's the only thing he can do. Okay, we got a mailbag question, and we are going to gain the services of one of our go-to team members, Kevin Htain of Identity Home Staging, because we like to go to the pros when we have a question specific to an area of the real estate process. Kevin, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my God, I got two in one day. I'm a champ. I can run. Evan, we don't need you anymore.
Oh, would you take that
I'm just kidding. I'm having fun.
Evan, we need you.
Kevin, Franny wants to know, what are some effective ways to increase the value of your home before selling?
Okay. Well, I love to find and discover money for my clients. So
who doesn't?
Very, very good question for us. All right. First thing we want to address is there's two types of value we're talking about here. There's perceived value and there's actual value. So the perceived value, those are things you can accomplish with DIY home improvements, weekend warrior projects, staging treatments, as we say. That's cleaning, painting, and neutralizing, maybe like replacing drapery to kind of lighten and brighten your room. Kind of light kitchen and bathroom updates. You don't want to go too crazy, full tilt with that. And there are some great cost versus value reports that are out there. If you go to Realtor Magazine, Home Gain also puts out a great survey of top 12 home improvements for sellers, and they talk about cleaning, decluttering, lightening, and brightening. These are all things, like I say, that clients can do on their own. Now, we're talking actual value. Those are things we want to do with contracted remodeling with professionals, designer treatments, architectural treatments, additions, bathroom, kitchen remodels, garage or basement conversions.
That's big money, isn't it?
That is, and that's a little bit more of a risky thing. I say, I caution a lot of my clients on doing major remodel in kitchen or bathrooms. That's something that I don't really think we're going to see a lot of return in value on.
Right. Is that because so many people have different opinions about what their kitchen should look like, so you kind of leave it to them after they buy it to make it look that way?
And not only there's a law in appraisals that's this is the law of contribution or something. It basically, if you spend $60,000 to put a pool into your home, it really only raises your value maybe $10,000 or $15,000, depending on what the neighborhood is. So you're not going to get a dollar for dollar improvement, raise in value, and that's brilliant what Kevin brings up about perceived and actual value.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that's important for us to address as well, too, because I know that we do get a lot of questions. People say, we want to do a major kitchen remodel or something else. And I just tell them, listen, the best bet is to make sure at least the plumbing, the bones, everything is, makes sense, because it's true. The new buyer's going to come in. They're going to kind of put their own touches on there. As long as the kitchen's functional and everything works, that's the first step we want to go with. Now, there are a couple things on the actual value that are smaller projects, such as replacing your front door to a steel door, that we're finding out. It is a little bit higher dollar kind of thing, but at the same time, you are receiving a very, very large value back. And that is something that once in a while, even staging treatment-wise, somebody can.
And like garage doors, you hear those all the time. Like if you have some crappy old garage door.
Yes.
What a difference.
$300 and put
Some people have siding on the side of their home still, I guess.
Siding?
Replacing the siding, that really helps as well, too. But those do end up having a higher dollar investment. So it's a little bit of a risk.
Kevin, would you agree that sometimes just the simplest things as clean, finished work.
If I hear paint and carpet, one more time from you,
I'm
Frank.
just saying, like nice, clean, inside the lines paint, or even in your kitchen. I've seen kitchens one day, they're just a disaster, and they send in a team in there just to clean, regrout, and recalc everything, and it makes an amazing difference. It looks like almost like a new kitchen. And it's a cheap fix.
That's absolutely true.
And that's
one thing to remember is that oftentimes the little things add up and count towards the bigger picture. Those small elements, such as like the cleaning, making sure that the cut lines between where the paint is, between the ceiling and the wall, the execution of how it's actually done, that kind of creates that emotional buy and the draw towards the property. Yeah. That's the perceived value, and that does count.
Yeah. Awesome, Kevin. We love having you on. We appreciate your being on the go-to team. Thanks for answering that question for us today. You have a great weekend.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Htain of Identity Home Staging, a go-to team member.
That was actually that was really good the way that he broke that down, because that perceived value, you can't underestimate that.
Go-to team.
I'm telling you.
Hello.
No, that was
You're
really
right.
good.
When I do a BPO for, I don't really give a pool more than $10,000-$15,000 difference either way, even though it probably costs $50,000-$60,000 to put it in.
Well, if every other house in the neighborhood has a pool, there's very little value to putting a pool in.
Yeah. And actually, the pool can be a detriment to a lot of people. They don't want the pool because they have children or the time of the year for whatever reason. Sometimes it's winter. The pool doesn't make a big deal to them. During summer, it might be a hotter item.
Possible, because what you think is cool and pretty, somebody else may not. So
Exactly.
That red paint that
A
you thought
lot
was
of
so
different
jazzy
opinions out there.
May
Red
not be,
paint.
may not be, you know.
The red dining room and the green living room.
Superman
and
can't
the
see
orange.
inside your house, but your kids might have issues.
Dwight Howard
chewing
can't
on
see
the
inside
walls.
the house?